Good morning. So it's 8 a.m. California time, and we're having our Anchor Light meditation. So today we'll have a short talk on spiritual energy and how it can affect our lives, and then from there we'll do our meditation. Okay? Before we start, let's ask for divine blessing, shall we? To the divine supreme God, divine Father, divine Mother, to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers, we thank you for your blessings. Personally, to my teacher, Master Tuakok Sri Mahaguji Meiling, we thank you for your wisdom, help, and guidance. We thank you in full faith, so be it. All right, so hope all of you had a wonderful weekend from different parts of the world. Well, I'm traveling, so as you can tell, I'm in a hotel. Anyway, so what is the spiritual life? Oftentimes people forget that spirituality is a way of life. It's not just something that you do on the weekend, all right? And it's interesting that different cultures have a different way of sharing their spiritual views with other people. You know, some people try to ram religion down your throat. Some people just talk your head off. And some people, they don't say anything. They just live their life. Personally, the way I was taught by my teacher is almost a hybrid, if you will, of a combination of everything. You know, you try to share, like, what is it for you to be a spiritual person? But that only accounts for maybe 30%, if that, okay? How you bring other people on the spiritual path is how you live your life. Now, does that mean that we'll never screw up? Well, that's not the case, you know, but I've had my share of them, and actually I learned from them. And I remember my teacher has reprimanded me many, many times. And the interesting part is when people ask me, you know, if you were to define your spiritual path, what is like one important instant in your life that you can remember that defined who you are? I'm going, oh, that's easy. And I've shared this with a lot of you before. Gosh, I don't remember, maybe 15, no, 20 years ago, maybe, at least 20 years ago. I remember my teacher brought me to a room. Actually, he's in our office. He said, oh, come over to the next room. It's our conference room. He said, come over, lock the door. And I was thinking, oh, he's going to teach me some super duper special sauce, special teaching, inner teaching. Had me get a pad, start having me write stuff down. I go, okay, yeah, I'm ready. I kid you not. He named 11 of my character flaws that need to be improved. I'm going, what the heck? Okay? And it was really humiliating because she's one after the other. This one you need to change. This one, this one, this one. I'm going, oh, great. You know, so much for where's my super special deep teachings. And then a lot of you have taken Kriya Shakti and Arhatic Yoga know there's this technique called the blue triangle. The blue triangle is actually a very, very powerful technique of releasing a lot of this anger, resentment, negative tendencies, laziness, whatever. Because every thought, every emotion we have is just energy, right? And even our negative qualities, it's also a form of energy. That's why a lot of you who are joining us for the 9-week, 4-week or 9-week deep emotional healing, I can't do the blue triangle technique with you because that's part of the Arhatic Yoga and the Kriya Shakti class. Instead, we do a technique called the screen technique where, you know, I think we did it last time. You know, you have the screen, that's where you externalize stuff, and you remember we covered it with dark blue paint. Okay, it's a similar concept. And not as powerful as the blue triangle technique, but a lot of you have given me feedback. You go, fantastic result. You almost feel like a different person now. Okay? So anyway, so he had me do the blue triangle technique to release 11 of these character flaws. It took maybe, gosh, an hour. Now, he's not a very patient guy. So he sat there and waited for me to do it and start checking me. Okay, no, you still have this, still have that. And then afterwards, he gave me instructions how much longer to practice it. And I look back, that's probably one of the most humiliating times in my life, but it also was the defining moment. Because, number one, a soul could be that lucky that somebody will actually tell them, look, these are the things that you need to improve, and here's how to improve it. Right? Most of the time, we have to learn it through the school of hard knocks, right? You screw up bad enough, things explode in your life. You go, oh, okay, I shouldn't do that. So the good news is he came up with the 5 virtues. The 5 virtues, a lot of you who've been moving before, is actually a set of instructions, like a pattern that you follow that allows us to go within and really identify the negative qualities we have and how to correct them, right? So just quickly, number 1 is loving kindness and non-injury. Loving kindness, non-injury. Second one, generosity and non-stealing. Third one, honesty and non-lying. Fourth one, constancy of aim and effort and non-laziness. And the last one is moderation, non-excessiveness. And you'll notice it's always yang and yin, right? For example, loving kindness, don't injure. Be generous, don't steal. So each one is both because you need both in your spiritual practice. Now, it's not good enough that we don't hurt people, right? Thou shalt not injure. No, I just made it up. Okay. Non-injury, don't hurt someone physically, emotionally, mentally. That's not good enough. You also have to show them kindness and love in the physical world, emotionally, and mentally. Make sense? Not only do you not steal other people's stuff, physically, intellectually, emotionally, you also have to show love and be generous with it. So this gives us an idea, like a pattern to follow. So as we do this over and over and over again, you get to understand, okay, where am I strong at? Oh, I'm very kind, I'm very loving. And you say, okay, next one, generous and non-stealing. I don't steal, but I find myself not being generous. Okay, that's the area I need to correct. I'm sharing this with you because without this process, it'll take a long, long time to spiritually evolve. What do I mean? There's 2 ways to learn. One is to learn it from our mistakes, learning through life. The smart people learn it from other people's mistakes. It's just like you're walking down the street and you go, should I make a right turn? Should I make a left turn? You say, I don't know. So you made a right turn and something not too pleasant happened, right? So that's one way. Change the scenario. You're walking down the street and somebody just was standing there. You say, oh, by the way, just want to let you know, I've been to the right street there, that street over there. Not a good idea. There's potholes and whatever, something happened. So don't do that. Go this way instead. So you have 2 ways to do it. You go, thank you, thank you. So you go this way. So you learn from the guy's mistake, or you're going to go, and a lot of us do this. I'm a free spirit. I don't do it myself. I'm a very intuitive, very receptive person. I know, I can sense when things are not right. So you went that way and either way you go, okay, I should have listened to the guy. Make sense? There's nothing wrong being intuitive and being open, but you have to realize your intuition, your sensitivity, it's not always at peak performance. Because if you have a lot of stress energy, or let's say you're going through some emotional stuff, or you've been around people who are not very positive, those thought forms cloud your aura. So even though the signal coming in is clear, it could be muddied by static. Does that make sense? So, but if you have a pattern, somebody already said, do this, don't do this, do this, don't do this, don't do this, this, whatever. They already give you a pattern. It's like having a spiritual GPS. Regardless of how strong your intuition is, you have something that is definite. That gives certainty. Now, how does intuition work in? So if you're already a very intuitive person, as you're studying this, you go, okay, you're talking to someone, you go, oh, this person is in emotional pain. You just sense it. They don't tell you they're in emotional pain. So you go, oh, okay, in this case, I have to practice even more kindness to them. So in other words, you use your intuition in conjunction with the pattern that you already know. So if you do it this way, it's easier to navigate through your spiritual life. While other people, they go on extremes. One is like, okay, I'll just go with what comes to me. Well, you have a stressful life, good luck, you'll be all over the place. Now, on the other side, if you're too extreme, like you're too rigid, no, it has to be done this way. It's just like the part on honesty and non-lying. This is the example we always use. If you have a child, you tell your kid, okay, tell them mommy is not home. Okay? When somebody calls, mommy's busy, tell them mommy's not home. Bring. The kid picks it up. The kid goes, mommy said she's not home. You get my point? It's honesty, but it's not, what do you call it? Mature honesty. You know, so some people, they follow the virtues so strictly, there's no room for understanding what is a deeper teaching. So that's why we always have to balance both. Okay? Now, let's start with the first one, loving kindness, non-injury. Some of you said, oh, I've heard that before. I agree. All of us have. The question is, are you practicing it? Knowing without practice is completely useless. You know, there are people out there who are walking encyclopedias. They know so many things. Their life is still a big fat mess. You know why? They know it, but they don't really know it. Because to truly know something is to be one with it. Ooh, what does that mean? Be one with it. That information is not just information. Your life is interwoven. Is that right, English? It's woven. It's woven into those teachings. So you're living it. That's why we call it living the teachings. Okay? Now, to just start off very quickly, and then we'll do our meditation. Loving kindness and non-injury. This loving kindness and non-injury is always the first virtue. Okay? Now, in our Hatha Yoga, when we practice, out of the 5 meditations, the first one is also meditation twin hearts, the one we always do. The question is why? Because if you're a very, very powerful person, you get things done, right? That's constancy, aim, and effort. Honesty and non-lying. You have a sharp mind. You see things clear. You tell it like it is. Without loving kindness, it could be hurtful. In other words, to quote Spider-Man movie, with great power comes great responsibility. Ooh, okay. Case in point, a lot of you have gone through this already, so I'm going to always use this as an example. You notice that you're telling a friend, a loved one, something. You know, you just say something like, I can do whatever you like, no big deal. For you and me, no big deal, right? And then one day you say the same thing. You know, they said, he said or she said, yeah, what do you want to go to lunch? This place or this place? You go, I don't know, doesn't matter, whatever you want, it's okay. It's not that important, just pick one, let's go. And then, World War III. Okay, he or she gets super pissed off and you go, what? And they go, well, how come you're so cold? How come you don't care? Why don't you just say it nicely? You go, I've been saying the same darn thing for the last 10 years. How come this is the only time you get pissed off? Well, I don't know. It's how you said it. It's not what you said, it's how you said it. Sound familiar? You go, what? And you like dumbfounded and you genuinely did not try to make things explode. What happened was, you said, they're just being extra sensitive. That might be, but there's a deeper reason. The deeper reason is like this. Before you start doing your meditation spiritual practice properly or consistently, to be the right way, your chakras are like a certain size. I just make something up, let's say 4 inches. Okay, 4 inches, your energy centers are 4 inches. So these are like your speakers, you know, like in a stereo, you have speakers. And you start deciding to do meditation. You start doing service, giving money to charity, helping other people. Basically, you got serious on the spiritual path, so much spiritual energy came down, your chakra starts expanding. Make sense? Because as the spiritual energy come down, there's a process of displacement, so it displaces a lot of old energy, right? And then, so as the old energy goes out, the chakras have more energy now because it's not clogged up. So as it spins faster, it gets wider. So let's say, just for the sake of math, your chakras are now 6 inches. You go, okay, that's 50% more. Guess what? If you're playing your stereo, assuming the same power of your amp, your speakers are 50% larger And same amount of efficiency for some of you, engineering geeks. I know what you guys are thinking. The bigger speaker doesn't always mean more sound. It depends on the power, the impedance. I know. Okay, let's not mess with this. Okay, I know. I'm an engineer, so I know what you guys are thinking. Yeah, but I calculate. Okay, forget that crap. Let's be serious. Let's be serious. So essentially, even though the data coming out of the amplifier is the same, the energy is the same, but the speakers are bigger, it's going to be much louder, right? Well, guess what? If your chakras are just 50% larger, whatever you say, whatever you think, whatever your intention are, hits a person geometrically more powerfully. In other words, when I said, who cares, pick one, whatever, you didn't mean anything bad, but when I said before, my chakras was this size. Over a period of time, my chakra grew, so instead of going, it's okay, pick anything you like, you pick, it's okay, pick anything you like. Sounds familiar? Now, you're not going to read that in books. That's called practical spirituality. Because a lot of us go through it, right? You work with people, go, what's wrong with these people? I didn't mean anything bad. Well, number one, you're not as sensitive, you're not as easily triggered as before. We talked about that in the previous lesson. Because you're calmer, your chakras are cleaner, more spiritual energy is flowing through. You don't react to situations as you did before. So right there and then, some of your family members, your loved ones already say, how come you don't care? You don't do this. How come you don't cry with me? You don't, swim in the crap with me. Oh, blah, blah, whatever. Misery loves company, right? And you find yourself, yeah, I don't do that anymore. That alone, people don't understand. And the second one is, whatever you say, if you're not careful, boom, it hits them like this. So without loving kindness and non-injury as the first virtue, you might not be trying to injure someone. By the fact that who you are, energy is magnified, there is more energy flowing through you. So the potential to hurt and the potential to help are both magnified. So I remember my teacher was telling me, and after this we'll meditate, he was telling me that mastery of this virtue, which I'm not claiming to have, okay? Mastery of this virtue of loving kindness, non-injury, allows the soul to wield more power. You know why? Because when we have substantially, and again, it's not a black and white thing, it's a gradual curve. So as we have more and more control over our thoughts, our emotions, and our actions, and leaning towards more loving kindness rather than injury, the benefit of that is we can handle more power. Because the big guys upstairs says, hey, this kid here, by the way, when you say kid, I'm not kidding. Get it, kid? No, anyway, that's why we say we are all children of God. We don't say we are all adults of God. We are children of God. In other words, children are still what? Learning, okay? So this high being says, okay, this kid over here has substantially mastered or has substantially improved on his aspect of kindness and love. I think he can handle more energy. Let's pour more. Get the idea? So if you want more power, when I say power, I'm not talking about, oh yeah, I want to own the world type of deal. To be able to handle energy, the secret of being able to handle more power and energy is connected to your heart. Because when your heart chakra is very, very activated, you can be entrusted with more power, more love, more energy. No, not more love, more energy. In other words, you can heal faster, you can get things done because the energy flowing through you is not being hindered by the weakness of the tendency to hurt. Make sense? That's why loving kindness and non-injury. Then generosity, non-stealing, and the other virtues. Anyway, I'm not going to go through the whole thing. This is just to give you an overall idea that spirituality is allowing these spiritual teachings to permeate through our life. Not just be able to read, 1,000 verses in any holy book. It just simply means you're a good reader. Or, oh, but I remember like 20,000 verses in the Quran, 20,000 verses in the Bible. Great, you have good memory. How's that working in your life? Are you living it? If not, you're a good scholar. That's all. Then you got beggars, right? That's why you go to India. Some of these beggars, you go, What the heck? These guys' crowns are huge. They might not know a lot, they might not own a lot, but they have inner stillness and peace, and the soul, okay, I know this is going to trigger some of you. The soul chose in that lifetime to work out certain karma a certain way. So before you judge someone who's a beggar, think again. I remember my teacher was saying that, a few times he was walking down the street and he was scanning, he noticed, hey, this beggar has huge chakras. They're huge, they're spiritual cord. And when you talk to them, just talking to them, or you give them money, you bliss out. Because that's an advanced soul. Just saying, right? Anyway, you had enough of that? Let's meditate. Okay, shall we? To the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, we humbly ask for your blessings. To all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, spiritual helpers, thank you. Personally, to my teacher, Master Chokok Sui Mahagu Jumailing, we thank you for divine light, love, guidance, and protection. Thank you, in full faith. So be it. Okay? Put your hands on your heart like this. Repeat after me. We are one. We are one. I'm not the body, I'm not the emotion, I'm not the thoughts, I am the soul. I am a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, and divine power. I am that, the soul, the spiritual self. I am connected in one to my higher soul. I am connected in one to the divine spirit in me. I am a child of God. I am one with God. I am one with all. There is only oneness. Just allow your awareness to drift above your crown. Just listen. You're not the body, you're not the emotion, you're not the thoughts, you are the soul. You are a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, and divine power. You are connected to your higher soul, you are connected to the divine spark within you. You are a child of God, you are one with God, you are one with all. That is your true nature. Just be still. Maintain your stillness, maintain your awareness. Imagine all of us are inside a big bright sun, beings of light inside a bigger ball of light. You say, we are one. We're one with God, we're one with all. There is only oneness. Now raise your hands in blessing. Just say, our hearts are one. Our crowns are one. So be aware of your heart, be aware of your hands. Collectively, from all our hearts, project a beautiful beam of pink light pouring out of the sun onto the earth. We will use the prayer of Saint Francis of Assisi. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Wherever there's hatred anywhere in the world, let me sow love. Where there's injury, let me sow pardon and forgiveness. Where there's doubt, let me sow faith. Where there's despair, let me sow hope. Where there's darkness, let me sow light. And where there's sadness, let me sow joy. Our hearts are one, and in this oneness, we allow our entire being to simply be a channel and instrument to bless the earth with peace, with love, with a spirit of forgiveness, with hope and with faith, with light and with joy. So be it. Bless your family, your friends, or your relatives. Bless people who have been kind to you. Now, bless the people who have been nasty to you, given triple dose of love. Maybe quadruple. Okay. Bless your job with success. And bless the people who are going through difficult times in their life financially. Bless them with prosperity and abundance. Bless people who are sick, people being affected by the pandemic, either directly through their health or their finances. Visualize their life improving massively. That's the deeper meaning of blessing everyone with hope and with faith in a better life. So be it. Continue blessing the earth. Bless the earth with spiritual light. Remember, where there's darkness, let me sow light. Darkness is the absence of light, or in this case, spiritual light. A lot of people are suffering because they are ignorant. They don't know they're a being of light, simply having an earthly experience. Flood them with spiritual light so they may awaken and realize who they are. So be it. Now be aware of your heart. Take a deep breath. Go up to your crown and exhale. One more time. Be aware of your heart. Take a deep breath. Go to your crown. Exhale. One more time. Be aware of your heart. Inhale. Go to your crown. Exhale. And stay there. Be aware of your crown in your hands. Flood the earth with golden light. From the heart of God, may every person, every being on earth be blessed with loving kindness, with great joy and happiness, with understanding, harmony, and divine peace. Let all be blessed. So be it. From the heart of God, may all be blessed with unconditional love and kindness. Just flood every part of the world with peace and love and with kindness. So be it. So it is. Visualize that people are treating each other kindly, with love, with understanding, and with compassion. So it is. Realizing that we are one, that any separation and division are just illusions created by our lower nature. We are all one. We are all beings of light. We are all particles of light in this gigantic being called God. We are one. Now be aware of your heart. Be aware of your crown. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Project beautiful golden light collectively out of the sun and flood the earth. Again, be aware of your hearts and crowns. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Now collectively project a beautiful beam of light, golden light, and flood the earth with it. Visualize this golden light penetrating through the atmosphere, flooding the atmosphere with golden light. Flood the earth, the waters, the people, the animals, all beings, whether visible or invisible, may all be saturated with this golden light. So be it. From the center of the heart of God, through my soul, through my entire being, may every person, every being on earth be blessed with loving kindness, with inner peace and inner healing. Let all be blessed with understanding, with harmony, goodwill, and the willingness to do good. So be it. So be it, and so it is. Maintain your state of oneness. Maintain your state of stillness. Let the energy of divine light, divine love, and divine power pour through all of us. May all be blessed. So be it, and so it is. With your eyes still closed, tongue still in the roof of your mouth, lower your hands on your lap. Be still. Now imagine on top of your head is a beautiful golden flame. Look at that golden flame. Send a stream of love from your heart up to the center of your head, up to your crown, and into that beautiful golden light. Again, from your heart, just send a stream of love up to your throat, up to the center of your head, up into the golden light. And stay there. And listen. Allow your awareness to drift deeper into that light. Maintain your stillness, maintain your awareness, and just simply let go. Let things be. Any sound, any noise you hear will just allow you to drift deeper and deeper into that golden light. Now. Will intensify the energy, just be receptive. So it is. Let go. Now. Gently, very slowly, move your fingers, move your toes. Gently and slowly come back to your body now. Take your time. Come on, come back. Raise your hands. We'll release the excess energy. Okay? For the ones who are new, when you do this meditation, your inner aura goes out 30, 40 feet. I don't know how many meters, 10 meters or more. So you're not too used to have that much energy. So afterwards, we take the excess energy the body cannot absorb, and instead of just throwing it away, we bless our family, our friends, our projects. And remember, on Thursday we have the full moon. we're going to channel that energy to bless, the things we want to improve in our life. Okay? So raise your hands, line up all the people you love in front of you, flood them with golden light. And may all of them be blessed with good health, with happiness, with prosperity, and with spirituality. So be it. Visualize their life rapidly and massively improving. So be it. May all be blessed, without exception. Now visualize your job, your career, your business, blessed with success, with prosperity, abundance, with progress. So be it. Let all be blessed. So be it. Now, be aware of your feet and the base of your spine. We need to direct the energy downwards. Otherwise, you're going to go floating all over the place. Okay? This grounds you, allow the energy to keep flowing through you. It also releases a lot of, minor negative thoughts and emotions out of your system. That's already, it's just on the surface, on its way out. Okay? So, be aware of your hands, your feet, and the base of your spine, and project golden light downwards. And verbally repeat after me. Let our beloved Mother Earth be blessed with divine light, divine love, and divine power. Let our beloved Mother Earth be healed, regenerated, and revitalized. Blessings be to Mother Earth. So be it, and so it is. So it is. Okay, you notice that really pulls your consciousness back into your body, right? That way you'll be functional. Okay, let's give thanks. To the Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, thank you. To all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, spiritual helpers, thank you. Personally, to my teacher, Master Tokok Sui Mahaguji Mei, thank you. In full faith, so be it. All right. I hope you enjoyed the meditation. At some parts, we kind of cranked it up a little bit, because if you really want to have a deeper experience, you need energy. And sometimes, or a lot of times, a lot of you who are new have never meditated before, and you're just joining us from UPW, or a friend dragged you over. We need to give you like extra fuel, like booster rockets, so you can have a good experience, right? Anyway, just a few announcements. So one, tonight, it's going to be 6 p.m., Anchor the Light, and we're going to talk a little bit about Yom Kippur. Okay, in the Jewish tradition, it's a very, very, very holy day, and it's the Day of Atonement. We'll talk a little bit about it, and you don't have to be Jewish to understand it. It's just to understand the principle behind it and how, in that tradition, it's one way for us to become one with God. By the way, just to kind of trigger your curiosity, it's a day of atonement. If you break it down, atonement is at, one, and then ment. At one ment. So in order to go back to becoming one, you have to ask yourself, how did we become not one in the first place? And how does fasting and prayer go into that? So stay tuned, 6 p.m. tonight, all right? Now, the one on Instagram, I'm not sure how that's going to work. Anyway, there's some technical stuff. So just to be safe, if you don't see it on Instagram tonight, go to mastercode.org. You go to the live stream, it's there, okay? And you go to live stream, and you go to one of the drop-down menus, you see Anchor the Light. It'll be there. Facebook and all that should still be there, and so does YouTube. Okay, so that's 6 p.m. tonight. On Thursday, this coming Thursday, is the full moon meditation. By the way, all these events we're talking about right now are free. Okay, Anchor the Light for the night, full moon, the ones who are new, you don't know. How much do I charge? For those, I charge your participation. You'll give a donation, push a button, go for it. Okay, it'll help pay for expenses, that's great, but you don't have to. So for Thursday, the full moon meditation, we're going to study a little bit. What's the difference between a mystic and a spiritual scientist? Some of you are very technical, you understand spiritual teachings, the intricate detail of the inner world, the different layers of the different worlds, and all that stuff. And if I ask you, what's your experience in meditation? Nothing, I just know it. Okay, you're the spiritual scientist. Then some people, they're the mystics. The heart is so open, they're so intuitive. Every time they meditate, they cry, I feel so much in love with God, I feel the world. At the same time, they're crying because I feel the pain of the world. What are you going to do about it? I don't know. Get the idea? You got two extremes. So tonight, on Thursday night, we'll make it short. We'll talk about whether a soul, a spiritual practitioner, should be a mystic or a spiritual scientist. And before you start labeling yourself, oh yeah, but you don't understand this. Listen first, okay? By the way, give you an inside clue. In ancient Egypt, these are called the greater mystery schools or the lesser mystery schools. In the Buddhist tradition, you have Mahayana, the greater vehicle. You have Hinayana, the lesser vehicle. Now, in the Christian tradition, the Lord Jesus spoke the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven to the inner disciples, and he gave stories and parables to the ones outside. Are you getting somewhere? Okay, we'll talk about that this Thursday. Okay, so make sure that tell your friends and loved ones. Of course, that lecture is part of it. A bigger part of full moon meditation is harnessing all that spiritual forces, all that energy flowing through us, and use it to bless our loved ones, our friends, our projects. Some of you are having financial issues. We're going to use that energy to channel it into your finances, bless it with success and prosperity, relationship, health, and whatever else. Clear? See, energy is neutral. It's where you aim it. It's just that during the full moon, we have a ginormous fire hose. I love those. We just pour it, okay? While the rest of the people are going, they're going crazy during the full moon, right? Werewolf syndrome. In your case, since you understand it, you can harness that energy. Now, on the mystic side, because there's so much energy, you can go deeper and have more experience. That's why energy and experience go hand in hand. All right. What else? I think that's pretty much it. And we already shared with you that on October 17, 18, we're teaching Achieving Oneness with the Higher Soul again. It's a very powerful class. It's one of my favorites. Actually, people ask, what's your favorite class? My favorite class is the one that students are receptive. Okay, anyway, in Achieving Oneness with the Higher Soul, we go more in depth with the higher soul and the lower soul and how to connect quickly. So the details are there. And some of you are asking, yeah, but I'm not from the United States. Well, if you've been to the US before or you have a US address, you can register. Otherwise, it won't let you register. I didn't make the rules. Okay, now a lot of you in India, I was told that a lot of the instructors are teaching the same class already, so take it where you are in South America and different parts of the world. So, okay, but if you're in the US, you want to get bored by me, then show up for my class. Other than that, I think we had enough. Let's give thanks to the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, to all the spiritual elders, Holy Masters, Saints, Archangels, Holy Angels, spiritual helpers. We thank you for your immense blessings. Thank you for your love, your healing, guidance, help, and protection. We thank you. In full faith, so be it. All right. I don't know what that sound was, but maybe it's time to stop. Okay, you all take care, and we will see you tonight. Remember, we'll talk about at-one-ment. Deeper teaching.